Good morning, or good evening, or good afternoon, whatever the hell you're listening to this. You're listening to Fat Unathletic Nerds Talking Sports pod with dad bods, and yeah, I screwed up the intro there, Zach. I'm gonna keep going.
Easy.
Yeah, I got it out of order.
Jack, I'm just gonna take it from you. I'm gonna take it from you right now. It's good to be here. It's good to be back. I got headphones because I realized, dude, you can't do a podcast without headphones. Like, I need to silence the world around me, and it just be me and you. Make it intimate.
Yeah, exactly. This is JackKnife alongside our other host, the Zach Danielz. How you doing, Zach?
Oh yeah, dude. Like I said, man, just living. The fuck. I'm not gonna say living. The dream. It's just too corny at this point, even for me. I don't know. I'll probably say it at some point again because I am corny. So.
Nothing wrong with being corny, but before we get on to the show, first we do want to offer a congratulations to our co-host, Amanda Darley. He just got engaged with his now fiance, Haley, so congratulations to them. I saw them on July 4th after the deed was done. Very happy for them. I wish them nothing but love and happiness.
Same here. Congrats, man. I'm 3 months away from my own wedding, so really, I'm really excited. I hope you have the same feeling that I do. I don't know when you guys plan on, tying the knot, but I'm really happy for you, dude. You seem very happy to be with this beautiful woman, and I think you guys will make a great couple. So a great husband and wife couple going forward. So.
All right. And on that note, let's roll in to our topics tonight. Last night, the Stanley Cup has come to an end. We're going to put a bow on this NHL season as the Tampa Bay Lightning beat the Montreal Canadiens in 5 games to win their second straight Stanley Cup in back-to-back seasons. Montreal, it was a nice story. They had a great run. They surprised a lot of people, but ultimately, at the end of the day, Tampa Bay is just too talented of a hockey team, and say what you will about the whole cap situation, there really isn't much of a cap in the playoffs, if anything. And they took advantage of a situation that they were against many years ago, but they did a little malicious compliance this time. But Carey Price stood on his head. He really doesn't have anything to be ashamed for. He did what he needed to do. But again, the Tampa Bay Lightning are just that talented. Stamkos, Kucherov, Hedman, Braden Point, Andrei Vasilevsky in net. You also got Ryan McDonough, Yanni Gourde, who I think is an extremely underrated hockey player. He might not have a sexy point total. I don't know what it is off the top of my head. But, regardless, you feel his presence when he's out there because he's just attacking all the time. But the Conn Smythe Trophy, Zach, you probably don't know what that means. That is the playoff MVP. Actually, come to think.
I was figuring that. I was figuring that reading your stat there that the last time it happened in 2012. That's a pretty long drought. I don't know. Does that happen that often though?
What, that a goalie wins Conn Smythe? I haven't really done the numbers in my head, but yeah, come to think of it, I do remember. Oh, we did tell you about the Conn Smythe, when we were at Dan's house that one time. But yeah, Andrei Vasilevsky, won the Conn Smythe. He's the first goalie since Jonathan Quick with the Los Angeles Kings, winning it in 2012. The year before that was Tim Thomas of the Boston Bruins. And I don't know how frequently goalies win Conn Smythe trophies. I'll have to look at the list of the list of winners to see how frequent that is. But interesting stat for Vasilevsky. Going back to the game they clinched the Stanley Cup final last year, he has had an NHL record with 5 straight shutouts in series clinching games.
That's honestly pretty impressive. Shutouts like that. Hockey, shutouts. I feel like so what's funny is that throughout the whole final Stanley Cup series, like I watched a decent amount of it. I'm trying to, I was trying to pick up on it, and yeah, I noticed that, obviously the Lightning won because they just felt like the better team. Like I don't know, I'm behind on my hockey, but you could just feel it. Like the Canadians just couldn't score like as much as the Lightning. The Lightning were finishing off every game on top, and there was nothing the Canadians could really do about it. That last game was kind of 1-0, kind of lulls me to sleep, but it was cool seeing the Lightning finish off the series and win the cup.
Yeah, and they finish off the Islanders 1-0, and they finish off the Habs 1-0. Our other host, Big Red, texted me today, big Islanders fan. I gotta read it to you, because I'm not sure if he was like trying to take a positive out of this or not, but let me see what he sent me. Oh yeah. The Islanders were merely the most annoying obstacle in the way of Tampa for the last 2 years. Dude, I'll never be able to watch that Game 7 ever again. I mean, I wouldn't want to watch Game 7 in which my team lost neither, so I'm not going to blame you there.
Yeah, that's not happening.
But yeah, and he goes, the Islanders were just in the way of Tampa's dynasty, but you got to admit they were the team with the biggest shot at beating them in both 2020 and 2021. I'm like, yeah. Yeah, I mean...
Yeah. Well, I mean, judging by how the Canadians played the whole series...
It's very...
And how the Islanders, Lightning... Well, the Islanders and Lightning went to Game 7, and that was a great series. I know Matt had a fantastic ride until that final game, but, that's the way these series work, Game 7's always interesting, and it just felt like, after the first couple games, Lightning going up so big, like, I don't know, you kind of feel like the Islanders could have took it if they were there.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of that video. It's a fake video, but the little Make-A-Wish thing with the football, the kid playing football, and they said like he was born with a potato for a heart. You know what I'm talking about. I made that video last night, so.
That was the most perfect. I saw you take a Snapchat of it and send me just a screenshot, and I was like, I know exactly what video this is. It's pretty. It was perfect. It's exactly what happened. I mean, it's not a. I don't think it's what it's called a gentleman's sweep. A gentleman's sweep, I believe, is when one team wins it kind of out of pity, and then the other team that's clearly overmatching them is like, all right, now it's our turn. Like, they just take 4 games. But, like, it's kind of like the Lightning just gave the Canadians, like, one little, here's a little hope. Here's a little hope. And then just, shut them out the final game. So.
Yeah, well, yeah, gave him a little hope in Game 4. Yeah, Nikita Kucherov of the Lightning said said yesterday at his press conference after they won. I don't know how intoxicated he might have been at the time, but he basically threw shade at Montreal fans, saying they won Game 4 and they basically acted like they won the Stanley Cup. Oh boy, if that isn't rivalry fuel, I don't know what is. Because remember, Zach, assuming nothing else stupid happens, we go back to the regular divisions next year, and these two teams are usually in the division with each other, so expect some boo birds to be thrown down at Kucherov whenever he touches the puck, and he could probably say something like, "Oh no, they're saying coo."
That's what you want in sports, though. That's what you want. You want the animosity of the fan base to be behind you when you play that team and that guy steps on the ice. It's just. I fucking love it, but that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool if you threw shade, and I mean, they've won back to back, so I guess realistically, you kind of have the right at that point.
Absolutely, but yeah, I don't want to hear like any me personally, I don't want to hear any asterisks on like these past 2 Stanley Cups. Like, oh, COVID bubble last year. You know what? Everyone had to go through it. They had to be away from their families. That sucks. That takes a mental strain on you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this year, I don't want to hear anything about the cap because you know what? They're not the first team to do it. They might be over the cap the most of any other team that's won it before, but they still did what they had to do.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, two in a row in any sport. I don't care what it is not easy.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, this is last time someone won two straight Stanley Cups in hockey was the 2016 and 2017 seasons when the Pittsburgh Penguins won. And prior to that, the last time someone won back-to-back was, if I'm not mistaken, the Detroit Red Wings in 1997 to 1998. I think that was the years. It's either 96, 97, and... No, it's 97, 98. If I'm not mistaken, the Avalanche won in 96. So. Yeah, it's a tough thing to do. Yeah, it was a while. Barry Melrose of ESPN once said, like, they'll never be a back-to-back champion again. And once again, Barry Melrose was wrong. Yeah, so I still think the Canadians do have, a lot to hang their heads up high for. Cole Caulfield showed how well he can play. Shea Weber was a very good leader. And I don't know what to say about Marc Bergevin. I feel like the pandemic in the weird division alignment kind of saved his job in this case. Well, assuming nothing goes terribly for him with his whole Chicago Blackhawks scandal. But, I don't know.
Yeah. I
don't know that much information about that whole thing to make a comment on that yet, but if it's... Assuming it's all true, like, this is not a good look for the Blackhawks. But, yeah. Anyway, soon we got the NHL expansion drafts. Seattle Kraken will be taking a player from each team, except Vegas.
That's right.
Yeah. Every NHL team's got to submit a list of players that are protected. And you go from there, get ready for the next year, where I look forward to returning to Madison Square Garden. Who knows? Maybe I'll even take some trips to the Prudential Center or the new UBS Bank Arena out in Long Island by the Belmont. And a couple side notes, next season, okay, you got fans in the building again, take the stupid ads off the helmets, even though the Winnipeg Jets already signed a deal for a few years. Oh God! Please don't mean that they're here to stay. I mean, they probably are.
Dude, it's here to stay. It's totally here to stay, and you know it. It's a money. It's a Monday. It's gonna stay on there. It's gonna stay. You're gonna see StubHub on them, like McDonald's, right?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know who sponsors the NHL, honestly.
As far as I'm concerned, only 3 ads belong on any sports team's equipment or uniforms. That's the team name, the league, and the manufacturer of that equipment. But that's just me. Call me a boomer, but whatever. I don't want to see logos on that beautiful Rangers sweater one day. You gotta draw the line somewhere. But speaking of the Rangers, congratulations to Adam Fox for winning the Norris Trophy. Only the second player in NHL history to win that award in his second season. By the way, Zach, that's the award for best defenseman. The only other player to do that, Bobby Orr. And believe me, that is company you want to be part of.
Bobby Orr. I know that name.
You ever see
How do I know that name?
You've probably seen a picture of him. Probably the most famous picture in hockey. Dude scores a goal and he's like diving forward. Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna look at this.
It's an iconic photo. It's known as it's considered the most famous goal in NHL history. Even though I don't know why. I mean, it's the best photo in NHL history, but that goal basically won them the Stanley Cup. Okay, if it was a Game 7, I'd agree, but you know what? That literally just completed a sweep, that photo. So, yeah, I don't know if I'd go the most famous goal in NHL history, but whatever. Most famous photo, absolutely. But anyway.
Pretty neat picture.
Yeah. All right, let's head from the ice to the hardwood. I did not see Game 1 of the NBA Finals because I went to Somerset to catch a Somerset Patriots game, minor league affiliate of the Yankees, Went with Brienne, my dad, his girlfriend, and his girlfriend's godson, and had the pleasure of the game getting rained out, so I didn't get to see what happened. I do know the Suns won. Zach, you probably saw the game. Am I right or what?
That is correct. I forgot the score actually. I didn't write that score down, but yeah, before we get into the game one, I will say the Bucks and Suns, we all picked this matchup going in, obviously. I actually had the Suns going. After the second round, I actually had the Suns going in. So, I'm very happy about that, but the Bucks, people were just, they were banking on the Nets and the Sixers were the second man up basically, but everyone was thinking the Nets were going to get to the championship. So, Bucks Hawks, very interesting. I found out only one player in the finals this year.
Bucks Suns.
You Is that Bucks what I
Hawks.
said?
You said Bucks Hawks.
I'm sorry. Oh well, I'm thinking of Bucks Hawks because personally, that was a great series. That was a great series. The only thing it was missing was a game 7. I mean, both teams gave it their all. The superstars were injured. Trey's out there still doing his damnedest to try and win, but the Bucks with Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton really stepped up, and they pushed the Bucks to the finals basically. So, and then Giannis, who had that hyperextended knee, all of a sudden game 1, like hours before the game starts, Giannis is good to go. So we're thinking, Hawks are gonna win. Nope. Suns came out. They had a great first quarter. The Suns and Bucks was a great first quarter, and I found out also before the game. Sorry, I'm bouncing all over the place here because that was just a great game, in my opinion. The Suns pulled away at the end, but the only player in the finals that has any experience in the finals is Jay Crowder, who was on the Miami Heat last year. Everyone else, I mean, very little. I believe this is the Suns' first time in the playoffs in a while, and they've never won the championship. The Bucks haven't won, I believe, since 1958, from what I recall. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
1974. What year was that? 73.
Yeah, the last time the Bucks won was in the 70s. The last time the Bucks won was in the 70s. I'll look it up now. Milwaukee Bucks championships 1971. So this is the 50th.
1971.
So am I doing the math right? I think this is 50 years ago.
That's 50 years. So the Bucks haven't won in 50 years, and the Suns haven't won ever. So this is just crazy. Seeing Giannis and Devin Booker on the main stage and Chris Paul. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm rooting for the Suns all the way.
Me too.
I want Chris Paul to get a ring. I don't see how you could root against Chris Paul this year.
A lot of people consider him a dirty player.
Who does?
I mean, I was talking to my dad at the bar one time about it. Jalen Rose went off on a tangent about defending Chris Paul, if I'm not mistaken. But there are some people that'll say he's dirty, which is ironic considering he's the main player representative. But
hey, he does this one thing where he kind of as he's running to the basket, I realized he kind of stops on a dime real quick and lets the person that's chasing him down kind of run into him, and while that happens, he flails and throws it up. But this is that rule that they're going to be cracking down on. I think Devin Booker does something like that along with Trae Young, where they kind of feel like they dive in for fouls while they're chucking the ball up. It's a little dirty in my book, but hey, if it works and there's no rules for it right now, go for it. That's just the way it works.
Malicious compliance.
He played out of his mind.
Malicious compliance, just like the Tampa Bay Lightning. But yeah, he played out of his mind.
Yeah, no, Chris Paul, 32 points. I wasn't expecting him to outscore Devin Booker. He had 27. He's proven that he's going to be a superstar in the league. DeAndre Ayton is an absolute monster. 22 points, 19 rebounds. That's insane. Giannis looked all right. Looked fine. 20 and 17. Middleton's a scoring machine, we found out. I don't know about superstar just yet, but I mean, Giannis is going to need help if I'm not saying the Bucks are out of this, but if they lose, then you got to start thinking, hey, Chris Middleton either has to step up or he has to go. But we'll have to see how this series plays out. I think it's going to be fantastic. Game 2 is tonight. I can't wait for us to honestly wrap this up because that first game was so entertaining, and then second half, you just felt the Suns were pulling away a little bit. Bucks were trying to hang around, but the difference was too much for them to come back. And so game 2, can't wait. Honestly, want to see if the Bucks even it up. I wouldn't be amazed.
You mean you wouldn't be surprised if they evened it up?
Yeah, I wouldn't be. What did I say? Oh
You
my
would be
god, I'm so
amazed.
out of it, man. I'm driving too much lately.
Yeah, Giannis returned to the going out game 1. I guess maybe shades of Willis Reed 1970 for the Knicks, except the Knicks won that game 7. This is just a game 1. But yeah, I'm actually pretty happy that this is the final matchup we got, and that it wasn't just the pile-on teams, as the comedian Bill Burr would call them. Where it's just nothing but superstars. That we know they're gonna get to the finals,
Yeah.
but they didn't this time. There's a little parity for once. Two teams no one really saw coming. And I'm much more interested in this NBA Finals because of it. Like, I wasn't interested in all last year. I was interested when it was Toronto versus Golden State because for once didn't have LeBron James in it, and I just wanted to see Toronto do something. But yeah, these are two teams that we haven't seen win in a long time, if ever, and yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Like, yeah, I'm watching game 2 tonight.
Yeah.
Believe me.
Yeah. It's just you didn't expect it. I mean, I honestly didn't think the Lakers were gonna make it to the finals, but it seemed like people were like, it's gonna be Lakers Nets. It's gonna be LeBron versus the super team, and I was like, I don't know, man. The Lakers had LeBron and AD injured like here and there all season long, along with the Nets. But that was clearly the theme of the whole season now. Not just the playoffs. The playoffs have been bad because of how many injuries there have been. Like Chris Paul, he missed a couple games, or he's just had his problems with his shoulder, not both shoulders, but. Giannis going down with that knee, you did not want to see that. Everyone was really scared of that one. And then, because if you see the video, Jack, like his knee just bends backwards, like just full hyperextension. You could have thought it could have been like a torn ACL or something, anything to the knee. Luckily they said there was no structural damage. He's probably fighting through like a little heavy bruising, if that's my guess, but I mean, he looked perfectly fine the other night, 20 and 17. That's 17 rebounds, 20 points. The guy was doing what he could. And Chris Middleton, like I said, he can score, dude. Like if he breaks 30, I don't know. I mean, they hit 29, they lost, but the Suns team just looks stacked right now. They just look locked in. I don't know. I don't want to say like they're overpowering the Bucks at all. That's not the way I think. It's not like some overpowered thing. It's just it feels like the Suns are just fully clicking.
Absolutely. And what was I gonna say? Yeah. Oh yeah. If you're a Bucks fan, I'm sorry, you need Giannis to play if you want any chance in hell of winning this series. So yeah, because I think right now the Suns, definitely not like Tampa Bay Lightning deep, and the Bucks are nowhere near as an underdog as the Montreal Canadiens. But yeah, the Suns have more depth. I'd say the Suns do have more depth than the Bucks.
I would put them up there with the Lightning, to be honest. I would put them up there with the Lightnings because dude, honestly, they have so many players that are so good. I mean, at least like role players, dude, they do their job. I mean, let me see. Let me look back here. Cam Johnson is, I believe, a rookie or his second year. Cam Johnson, damn, maybe this is his rookie year. And Payne, dude, they both had 10 points off the bench. That's two guys scoring. Jay Crowder had 1 point. But you have 30. Ayton had 22. Booker had 27. Paul had 32. Like, bro, that's sick. You have three guys going over 20, and Michael Bridges, I forget. It's Michael. It's like Michael, Mikal. The Sixers drafted him and then traded him immediately for a guy that had like a gluten problem or something. I don't fucking know, but he had a decent game. So Dude, I don't remember. All I know is Michael Bridges is now on the Suns and he's in the finals and he's poised to win a championship. So, Milwaukee, they got to step up. They got to step up. Drew Holiday on Tensikupo, and Middleton. I think those are the three guys you got to look at here because it feels like in the NBA, every team has to have that solid three-man group, in your starting lineup, and the other two, they just have to fill their roles and put as many minutes in as possible. So Middleton and Holiday, if they step up like they did against the Hawks in that series, then we're gonna see the Bucks actually put up a fight. But right now, like I'm loving the Suns. I'm loving the Suns. I at least see them winning this series by in at least I'm gonna say 6. Suns in 6, not Suns in 4, not Suns in 4, but Suns in 6.
I mean, I'm gonna go with the Suns too. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I too will go with Suns in 6. I mean, they were my pick to make the Western Conference at the beginning of the playoffs, and you know what? I picked them to lose to the Nets, but I'm gonna go with the Suns to beat the Bucks this time around. So by the time you all listening to this, the Suns either took a 2-0 lead or the Bucks, made it a series again. Who knows? By the time we listen to this, we'll know. Or by the time, let me correct myself, by the time you're listening to this, viewers at home, listeners at home, or at work, wherever the hell you listen to this.
We're having too many brain farts, Jack. We're having way too many brain farts tonight. This is insane.
That's just my thing, though.
This is insane.
It's just the flatulence of the mind, so. But anyway.
You're out in the sun too long. I'm sitting inside too long. It's not fun.
It's exactly, but anyway.
We'll be all right.
Yeah, let's head over to baseball. Zach, I don't even remember when the date for the All-Star game is. I'm glad the hockey season's over now. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm sad hockey season's over at the same time, but like I'm glad in the sense that I can now devote my full sports attention to baseball right now. So, yeah, we got some. You put a list of names here for the All-Star game rosters, and you put who the hell are these guys?
Yeah, well, here, Jack, did you look at the full rosters yet? I did put that link if you want to take a look at it. It's a lot of people, but yeah, I just threw down some names that. Yeah, it's there's a lot of names that I think we kind of expected there over the past couple of years. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., he's a freak in nature lately. Shohei Ohtani is easily the most interesting freak in nature in sports. And, Aaron Judge. I don't understand why Mike Trout's there while he's injured. But,
it's a fan vote,
it's a bit of a popularity contest, but it's a popularity contest, but, he's good enough to be there. But, yeah, so did you have any comments on the group there? Because I got plenty on a bunch of guys that I don't think many people know about as much.
I think I know who Jared Walsh is. I think he's the dude who hit that grand slam against the Yankees to tie that game, if I'm not mistaken. The game we recorded. If I'm not... I'm Googling that now, because I was asleep when that all happened, because we recorded that night, and, I woke up to see...
You thought they were going to beat down the Angels.
They were winning by a
thought
lot.
they were going to beat down the Angels. I know.
Yeah,
hey, I'm a Phillies fan.
Yeah, and it was Jared Walsh who hit that grand slam. So yeah, I know who he is. Unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I thought it was really interesting. A lot of young guys I love this name, Yusei. I'm gonna try to say this, Yusei Kikuchi, for the Seattle Mariners. Yusei Kikuchi, love that name. Fantastic name. Good for baseball.
I hope I'm pronouncing it right.
He debuted in 2019. I hope I'm pronouncing it right too, man. I have no clue. But he debuted a couple years ago. His ERA has been over 5. And all of a sudden he was only 8-15. All of a sudden this year he's 6-3, and he has a 3.18 ERA. Dude's and he's putting up plenty of strikeouts. He's just getting the job done for the Mariners, even though the Mariners, are they're the Mariners. Dude,
Yeah.
a guy that's been picking up steam, honestly, and this is in the AL East, is Cedric Mullins. Have you heard of Cedric Mullins?
I see he's on the Orioles, and that's unfortunate for him.
Yeah. Really unfortunate unless like they actually build around this guy and not Chris Davis,
Oh
which was the
God.
worst signing in history. You
I
know,
think I think there's
absolutely killing it.
there might be worse. Who knows? Maybe Chris Davis Day. Maybe Bobby Bonilla Day will one day be replaced with Chris Davis Day. So what is Chris Davis even up to right now? Who knows? Is he even on a roster?
Is he on a team?
I don't know.
Is he still on the Orioles?
I don't know. I'm gonna look
I
it
don't
up
pay
now.
attention to the Orioles at all because like they're just not interesting to me anymore. Like I just know they lose.
The only good thing they have going for them is they have a beautiful ballpark. Okay. It's an American professional baseball first baseman for the Baltimore Orioles, according to Wikipedia. All right. See, it does.
Still on the Orioles.
I'm going to baseball reference right now. We'll see. Has he actually freaking played this season? No, apparently he hasn't played this season. So, major 60-day
Is he
IL.
injured?
Yeah, 60-day IL. Either that, they're like, okay, we're tired of you. That's unfortunate. Probably. But yeah, let's keep talking
Dude,
about. Yeah.
all I know is
All you know is
what
what?
were you gonna say?
No, all you know is
Oh,
what?
all I know is this Cedric Mullins kid, he's playing out of his mind. Batting like 317, 16 home runs, tied for the most hits, tied third for the most hits. I was reading my notes wrong. Just he has over 100 hits. It's out of control. There's only a couple guys that have that in the league right now. As you said, Jared Walsh, uh, another guy. He had a solid COVID season, but that's like that season was just a lost season. It was
Yeah.
honestly fake, really. Like
Yeah,
the
so
Dodgers, the
now
Dodgers winning kind of made sense.
now he's got a regular season. He's continuing to perform well, so now it's gaining the attention, showing I'm not just a one-hit wonder of a COVID season. So
Yeah, and he's the guy that replaced Albert Pujols after years of being first. I mean, Albert's been basically a DH for 4 years, but this guy's really killing it first base right now, and fifth in the league in RBIs. Corbin Burns also got dicked over during the COVID season, is still killing it this year, and he's a good story. He went from relieving to a starting pitcher, uh, just killing it. Now, German Marquez. You ready, Jack? German
all right.
Marquez. I hope the Phillies trade for Marquez.
Ooh.
I hope the Phillies trade for German Marquez, if that's how you say his name, German Marquez.
It's
I think
gotta
he's
be
doing pretty
Herman.
damn good.
It's
He's
gotta be
doing,
her. It's gotta be Herman.
yeah,
Like there's Domingo Herman on the Yankees. But yeah, you
is
saying
that the first name?
yeah, Herman. But it's gotta be Herman. But anyway, you sound pretty keen on this guy. If you want the Phillies to trade for him, who would you give up for him?
Oh, I I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know if the Phillies are going to buy or if they're going to sell. Like I feel like they're going to get rid of Kutch, and that's going to make me sad because I love Andrew McCutchen. But I don't know. I don't know what we're thinking about doing. Are we going to try and make a push, or are we just going to sell off high-priced players and try to get prospects or a better player? I don't even know, man, because we're in a really sticky situation, but I like him, and we need pitchers. So I think if we got pitchers, I think the Phillies would get back on track. I think we need a bullpen arm too, but I don't know what they want to do. That like let me look at this. He's on a crap team. We know this. He's always been a solid starter, and he was fifth in Rookie of the Year in 2017. But each year he's just gotten better, and this year he's out of his mind. He had only one complete game in his entire career. This year he has 3. So the dude has made strides, like serious strides. And then we get to the guys you added, your Yankees.
Yeah. Now
what did you think of that?
Now we're in the territory of why the hell are these guys here? Right now, to me, the only Yankee it makes sense that he's going to the All-Star game is Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge is having a good season. Aroldis Chapman, why on God's green earth is he here? He's been god awful. Like, he's been the worst pitcher of the Yankees as far as I'm concerned. I mean, let's see. He has given up 5 home runs this year. His career high is 7 in a season. And let's see. You put these notes down. He's only gone above 3 home runs allowed 3 times now in his career. And he's currently got the worst ERA of his career, 4.55. That's terrible for a closer. And I don't remember the stat. He had like a 7 or something ERA like the past 3 or 4 games or something. Yeah, this 4th of July, he gave up a game-tying home run to Pete Alonso, pretty much got the bases loaded, and left without recording a single out. 2 nights ago, we played the Mariners. We lost the Mariners today, like 4-0. It was 12-1 Yankees, and Chapman was put in, bottom of the 9th. And I see, the final out of the game, this is the next morning. He still had the bases loaded. It's like, geez, you're giving me anxiety. You're going to give me anxiety up by 12-1? Good God, he's got to be it. I hope he's injured or something, because I don't want to believe he's this freaking bad. Like, people be like, oh, you can't get rid. He's a great pitcher. Look how fast he throws. Like, and at the same time, be mind-boggled how he has such a high ERA when he throws that hard. Well, it's quite simple. He can't freaking locate that pitch.
Well, yeah, right now I don't understand it because he's had a solid career. He's been great. If you look at his stats, it's honestly pretty impressive. But lately he's just been a bomb exploding on the mound. Like just giving up runs. Giving up leads. It's not good. It's not good. What? Okay. What do you think about Garrett Cole being on the All-Star roster?
The sticky stuff narrative is now here to stay. I hate to say it. I mean, he's not having like a god-awful season, but yeah, as you put here, his ERA is still like low, but it's gone up 0.60 since, the foreign substance checks started. And that's just I was listening to Short Porch from Barstool. That's a Yankees podcast by Hubs and Tommy, whatever the hell his last name is. But I don't know how much. I don't know the exact number off the top of my head of what Garrett Cole's contract is. But the big nightmare to them is like they basically paid like $300 million or however much it was for like a Phil Hughes type pitcher without the is Garrett Cole basically Phil Hughes without, the sticky stuff? I mean, Phil Hughes was a good pitcher, but definitely not worth $300 million or whatever the fuck the Yankees paid Garrett Cole.
Well, we don't want to jump the gun there because Garrett Cole was really good for a couple of years before this. Now that this happens, it was just something I looked. I looked it up. You Google his freaking name, and you look at and each one, the ERA goes up just a little bit. It's not a lot. He still has a low ERA. He's still a good pitcher. Let's get that straight, too. Actually, you know what? Yeah. Let's just set it straight. Garrett Cole is a good pitcher. Just like Zach Wheeler is. A good pitcher, and he made it to the rocked a little bit last night by the Cubs, but he's just getting the Jacob deGrom treatment now, which is funny because that's his former team, and the Phillies are just not backing him up when he has gems of games. It's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. I realize the Yankees they're kind of having a trend that's sort of like what the Phillies have had for the past 2 months.
What do you mean by that?
Oh, just blowing leads, not finishing games, not scoring enough. Like it's always, I can't sit comfortably and watch Phillies games. I've kind of like slowed down watching them. I tune in. I got the updates coming in for scores and stuff, and I see who like I get a lineup card every day. But like watching the games is just frustrating at times. Like runners in scoring position can't drive them in. Bryce Harper being unlucky. He just hit his first multi-run home run of the season just a couple days ago. He had all solo shots. That's insane. Just bad luck. Just people getting hurt. Bryce Harper's also been hurt a bunch. JT's been hurt a little bit. Didi just came back, I think, like less than a week ago. The Phillies are that's what I'm saying. Like, I would love to see them actually try and buy a couple, they'd be buyers at the trade deadline. I want them to try and push. I just don't think it's going to happen. I don't know. They've given me no faith to, but, I live and die with the team. So I'll keep watching. I'll keep watching, but I can't wait to see this. I'm going to watch this All-Star game. I like when they do the mic in the outfield, or just they mic up the players now, and they talk to the players while they're on the field. I've seen some people dislike it, but I don't know. I think it's kind of cool. I think it's interesting, because people like to think that they're just standing around out there, but they have, cards in their pocket. They check out like where the shift is usually going to go, and then maybe the ball gets hit to them while they're mic'd up. That's always fun.
Yeah, and it's gonna be an interesting home run derby with Ohtani, a pitcher partaking in it. Shohei Ohtani.
He's the most fun thing in sports right now, I think.
He's
literally the closest thing to Babe Ruth.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be like this. I think he's gonna be like the X factor of this All-Star game, and I think that he'll be, in some way, be the reason why the American League wins. Just a gut feeling from my perspective.
So you think the American League is gonna win?
I think so.
Yeah, this must be some sort of difference of favorite teams, because I think the National League is gonna win this one. Just a feeling.
Nick, I mean, maybe that could be it. That could be it. Let's see. Let's. I'm looking at the starters for the. What's up?
Who's injured now, but Kyle Schwarber had that ridiculous run of home runs. What the fuck was that? Juan Soto, JT Realmuto is a reserve. Come on. Chris Bryant is a reserve. Come on. You're starting Nolan Arenado. Yeah, that makes sense. Absolutely.
Yeah. All right? You guys got deep. All right. Let's look at the American League reserves. Okay. Jose Altuve. Do I want to praise Altuve considering how much I've chirped him? Me and every other Yankee fan basically chirped him. Okay. All right, Jared Walsh, Joey Gallo. Yeah, I'll agree. National League's pretty deep, but like I said, Ohtani's such a special player that I think that he will do something unique in order to win the game for the American League. But that's just me.
Yeah, he'll strike out a couple and then maybe hit a home run. And if he does that, the dude's a legend. I mean, he's already kind of becoming one at this point. He's just he's a period of time we're gonna remember. It's pretty sweet.
He's a very fun player to watch. But anyway, I think we touched a lot here, Zach. I mean, I thought we did pretty well tonight.
I think we were a little bit scatterbrained, but
it happens to the best of us.
I very much enjoyed the stupid little gaps.
Gaffes happen. It's our little quirks,
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyway, if you made it this far, if you were able to handle our bumbling tonight, be sure to Follow us on all our social media accounts at FUNTS Podcast on Instagram and Twitter, and at Fat Unlike Nerds Talking Sports on Facebook. Be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts for more content. This is JackKnife alongside the Zach Danielz. Have a wonderful night, everyone.
Peace.